Welcome to the Pickleball Recovery Podcast, where we highlight products and practices to help you feel better faster, so you can spend less time stiff, sore, and injured, and more time on the court doing what you love. This podcast is sponsored by AlloMD. Don't just mask pain, eliminate it. AlloMD provides intense relief and advances continual repair for both acute injuries and chronic pain. All-natural, patented technology developed by doctors to get you back in the game fast without the use of opioids, steroids, or NSAIDs. AlloMD, harnessing the power of pure natural ingredients that provide deep, penetrating repair. Patented, validated, natural. Learn more at www.allomd.com and make sure to use the discount code PBR at checkout to save $5 off your order. What's up? Welcome to another episode of Pickleball Recovery. I'm your host, Tim Ringgold. How you doing? Did you play any pickleball today? I hope so. Let's see. What's new over here before we get into the interview? I don't know. Nothing worth really getting on about other than if you want to get better, you got to drill. Oh my goodness. I know I talked about 5 ways to improve your game and none of them had to do with what you do on the court. Wink, wink. But once you get on the court, you can't replace drilling. It just, you can only play rec, can only improve your skills so much. But if you want to pour gasoline on your improvement and light it afire, I don't know what I'm saying there. My point is you should drill. All right, let's get into it. My buddy Jay. So Jay and I are both sponsored by AlloMD. So we see a lot of each other on tour and we have eaten together. Oh man, I want to say all the different things we've done and it would sound really funny if I said it. Like we've eaten together, we've hot tubbed together, we've slept together, but we haven't slept together because we've slept under the same roof, but not in the same bed. And I'm leaving all of this in just for Jay. Yep. So, what can I say about this guy? Absolute jokester. So the fact that we got as much serious content out of this interview, as brief as it is a miracle in and of itself. Because with Jay, you have to pretty much let the first thing go right by, because it was a joke and we were something funny, and then he'll give you the real answer. But no, he was really on point for this one, and I greatly appreciated it because I see him on tour, and I've seen him on tour for the last 2 years, and the guy's freaking an athletic stud. So I mean, it's like, what are you doing? Because you're a thoroughbred. I'd like to know. So he was very gracious enough to kind of let us in. So here we go. Sit back, relax, enjoy the ride, and I'll see you on the other side. Jay Devilliers, welcome to Pickleball Recovery.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Here we are in beautiful, sunny, wherever we are. Where are we?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. We're outdoors in Las Vegas, which is kind of a rare thing for a lot of people. They only come to do things indoors in Las Vegas. But we're going to play some pickleball. Mm-hmm. You're playing men's and mixed?
Men's and mixed only this tournament, yes.
Okay, all right. And where'd you fly in from? Where's home?
Wichita, Kansas.
Wichita, Kansas.
Can you believe it?
No, I can't. So I know you've had to tell the story a million times, but I'm sure everyone wants to know. How does a dazzling European like you end up in Wichita, Kansas?
Yeah, it was a weird story, to be honest. I was from Paris and then moved to Spain, Barcelona.
Okay.
To Wichita, Kansas.
And then you thought you'd upgrade.
Yes, I was like, Wichita, Kansas is the place I want to be at. No, it was just I got a good scholarship, full scholarship at Wichita State. I played tennis there. I was very lucky to have the experience to travel abroad and be in a city that welcomed me so well, and that's why we're still there.
Gotcha.
It's been 10 years and it's just been great.
Nice.
So yeah, that's how tennis brought me there.
I get it. I feel that. The city I live in now, I got accepted with a scholarship to a very specific program in that city. Wasn't planning on living there. Moved there to go to school, and then we started having kids.
Yeah.
And now we're in the nest, raising the family, and we're still there.
I feel you.
So it's a very similar trajectory. It's been 19 years, and we've probably got easily another 10 to go before the youngest one is out the door. Yeah.
I have more than that. My little one is only 1, so I guess 17 years,
There you
European years.
There you go. European years. What
Yeah.
does that even mean? Is
At
it a different?
at 18 he's out of the house, not
Okay.
21.
Okay, yeah, these days here, it's 31 and they're
Yeah,
still at home,
yeah.
so Lord knows. Well, all right. So we met on tour a long time ago at Tyson's clinic. That was the first time we met. You were
Yeah.
one of my coaches.
Yeah, Newport.
That's right. Good memory. And you were sporting an amazing farmer's tan. It was you've come a long way. No more farmer's tan. So I just wanted to let everyone know. Once upon a time, the great Jay Devilliers rocked I don't know if you can rock a farmer's tan. Maybe you country a farmer's tan. But it's been a while. And along the way, we've seen each other in the Ultimate Repair X, and before that, the Allo MD booth.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen each other using various different things along the way in addition to Ultimate Repair X. And this is not meant to be an infomercial on our sponsor. We both use this product. We both love it.
Yeah.
Tell me, what did you notice about it, like that was different for you? And then we'll move on to the other stuff.
Yeah, no, for sure. Personally, I'm not a big believer in creams in general.
Okay.
So never used any creams or anything like that. Couple of times in tennis during my career, I had to use BioFreeze, and never was a big fan of this.
Yep.
And I just remember the first time I used a cream was very random. I was playing in Port St. Lucie in Florida.
Okay.
I actually played Federico Stagro, and it was its debut, and I beat him in the third game in a really, really long match, and then played the semifinal against I don't remember who was in semis or quarters, but I cramped, and it was one of the first time I was cramping. I was really in a very bad shape at that point. I knew I was not going to be able to finish the match, and Chris came and started using the cream on me, and again he was kind of forcing it on me at the time, and I was just like, well, I'm not a big believer, but at that time I just couldn't move, so
Sure.
I was like, whatever, try it out, and I was able to finish the match, but I was struggling still, but the cream really helped me, and I was just like, oh, maybe it works, and I started using it for little pain ache that I had, and it just got better. So then I just at the time I was not sponsored or not even with them at all. I was just like, hey, every tournament I was kind of chasing them. Chris and Ala were just also very, very welcoming, and so I just all the time came to the booth and tried getting some cream and treatment. So yeah, that's pretty much how I get hooked up, and I still nowadays don't believe in creams in general. To believe it, I have to try it and see how it works.
Sure.
And your X has been amazing. So
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Chris had a captive audience after all. You were cramped up. It's not like you could run away from him.
No.
So he had you.
He had me stuck on the court. Definitely was struggling.
But then, the opposite is also true, because you knew where the booth was at every tour stop afterwards. Yeah. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to name any names, but lots of tour players slink up to the booth.
Yeah.
For some treatment. This is like the mechanics,
Yeah.
like the repair shop. We see all kinds of people coming through here.
I don't have to sneak anymore because
That's
I got
right.
the creams in my bags, but I see, today actually some players came by the booth just after singles. Usually singles is pretty tough on your body, and
Yep.
you want to get ready for mixed doubles and men's doubles, so a lot of them get treated. So yeah, I mean, it works, so that's why I think a lot of people believe in it.
Yep.
And that's why it's doing so well.
Yeah. Chris has a great quote when he talks about the pros. He says, "I know them by their injury."
Yes.
Right? Like he could just rattle off a first name and then a body part.
Can you believe he's scouting all the players for me? I know all their injuries. No, I'm just kidding.
That's really what's going on. Hit to this side because this is what they come in treatment for.
Yes.
Hey, whatever it takes.
Hey, whatever it takes.
Whatever
We're
it takes.
here to win.
It's just intel. Yeah. So aside from the creams, I've seen you walk around the house with various devices on in between, especially after singles day. Talk to me about some of the devices that you've found helpful for you.
Yeah, I actually use also the Beamer.
Okay.
The Beamer has been something that I incorporated like a year ago. Basically, I use it the most when I'm sleeping. It's a machine that you can turn on, and you have a mat that has electromagnetic that helps you with the blood flow, energy level, and things like that. And for me, that has been really helpful, especially when you start noticing a difference when you do it regularly.
Yes.
If you do it once in a while, you won't even notice. But once you start using it on daily basis, that's really when you start feeling the difference. And so this has been really helpful. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy what I'm gonna say. I feel like I'm getting older. Like, I'm not that old, but my body needs more care.
Yes.
And I try to copy a lot of top athletes from different sports,
Okay.
what they do and everything. So try to replicate as much as their recovery process to help, staying young in a certain way.
Yes.
I feel like since I've been doing this year, knock on wood, I haven't been injured at all, and I've been feeling much better than 2021 and 2022. So
No kidding.
yeah. So again, like using the booth, that you put on.
The compression
boots. I use also the hip, the one that you.
The shorts.
Yes.
Yeah. Those are good.
And then Leo River does the compression shorts, undershorts. That has been great as well. So all those are kind of things that behind the scene, apart from training and putting the work, have been really helpful, I feel.
Nice.
And help me more stay injury free.
Yes.
So that has been really a big part of my routine the last year. Yeah.
That's cool. It's hard to appreciate when you're like, when something's working, you don't notice.
Correct.
Like there's no pain signal coming from your leg, so you don't notice things are working. You're just thinking about what you think about until something's not working, and then it starts getting your attention.
Yeah, a lot of people I feel like are active on their injury, but not proactive to not get injured, and that's really really important to not wait that pain comes or wait that injury is here, is to prevent all those and stay injury free and feel good on court. And that was something I had to work on, because we spend so much time on court. We travel a lot. There are a lot of things that, again, outside of just the playing, that makes your body struggling a little bit more. And then, after weeks and weeks, you start feeling it. And if you prepare well and you take care of your body, suddenly you start feeling much better.
Brilliant. Miles, that's my producer. That has to be one of the reels. That was so good. You just hit the nail on the head. And, one of the things for people is the stress that they're under in their life.
Correct.
When they're not on the court playing pickleball, because for a lot of us, pickleball is a stress reliever.
Yeah.
Stress inhibits recovery. And so to your point, it's all the things you're doing when you're off the court that wear you out and you don't even realize it.
Yes. That's
blocking your body's ability to recover from what you're doing to it on the court. So you do need extra tools.
Yes.
And that's just part of the, it's part of the process. Your gains, this is one of the things I've figured out, and it took me a while too. My gains don't come from when I exercise. My gains come from when I rest and recover. And I was growing up, I thought it was your gains come from when you exercise. And I thought, oh yeah, just work harder. You'll get more, benefit. And it's like, no, you're actually doing more damage. You just need more rest. So you heard it here first. I've also seen you walk around with this like weird, it looks like a torture device. You wear it around your midsection.
The waist.
What is that? It's hyper. Who makes it? The Venom? What do they call it?
Yeah, there is
some
a Venom.
Weird name.
There is it's Hyper Ice.
Hyper Ice.
Yes. I mean, I'm a big
fan. It's a
fan.
girdle. Let's be honest.
No,
it's a girdle.
I love their product in general.
It's high quality products.
It is. Really. And they have been so kind to me and taken care of me. And
nice.
Basically the belt that I'm wearing.
Girdle.
There is 3 different options you can do. You can do massage where it vibrates. You can do the one that warms you up.
Okay.
And the one that just you can just tighten it and put both vibration and warming up.
Okay.
So I feel like when it's very cold weather, and a lot of people feel like when they wake up they have a stiff back and things like this.
Yep.
Ideally, in a perfect world, when you're waking up with a stiff back, you should spend like 30, 45 minutes stretching out, relaxing, getting loose. A lot of us don't want to do that. When I'm on tournament, I will do it. When I'm at home, I'm not as excited about doing all those things.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie. But this, you just put it on, it will warm you up, it gets you loose, and then you can stretch better, you can play better. this has been really helpful, especially when the weather is cold and you feel like everything is stiff.
Yeah. In fact, we were in the desert in Palm Springs for the Masters.
Yeah.
In January, and that's when I saw you using it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's funny because pickleball, we can technically play it in the winter when it's 60.
Yeah.
But I don't know about you, but my body definitely behaves differently when it's 60 compared to when it's 70 or 80.
Or when it's 100.
Or 100.
Yes.
Different. It's like I have different issues.
Correct.
In different like 70 to 90, 70 to, I'll be honest, 70 to 80 is really my happy place. And then 80 and above, I have to really worry about dehydration and cramping. But 60, under 70, muscle tightness, joint tightness.
Correct.
I just, it doesn't feel like anything's as lubricated, as in those warmer temperatures. So I can see why that makes sense that you had that there in the winter.
Yeah, no, and again, like I try to listen to my body as much as possible.
Smart.
For me, I've been pretty gifted on that specific area because I feel like when I have pain or something, I know at which level, whether I can play, whether I cannot play. I've been very good with this, and again, like all this preparation before has been such a good help.
Nice.
For me to know like what can I do and what I can do.
Yes.
And that will change based on daily basis, because after a rough singles days, for instance, my body won't react the same as after a mixed doubles day or a men's doubles day. So again, all those things together I feel like are so important, and the more you listen to your body, the more you start knowing what you can do better, what should you do, what should you not do, and things like that.
Yep. Do you notice when you move better, do you play better?
For sure.
Okay.
For me, my biggest, the thing I'm working on right now, and it has been the hardest task so far, is eating healthy. Especially being on the road so much, finding good food and things like that has been tough. But that has been also something that helps me move better. And when I move better, it enhances everything for me. I feel like when I move more fluidly, I can react quicker. I feel better. I feel like I can do more. I feel I can play longer. So there are a lot of more incentive when I'm pain-free and feeling good. So all together, and it's hard, but you got to put all those components together, and not enough people do that, I feel like.
Yep.
So.
I agree. That's why we have this podcast.
Yeah.
Because it's a problem in our community. We are young at heart, just not young in body.
And it's also a very, pickleball is a sport that is so easy to pick up but hard to master.
Yes.
But it's also a sport where you feel like, oh, I can play this sport for 5 hours,
right,
and I will be fine.
Right.
Where, if you play tennis on a big court or things, different, team sport and everything, you can't play as long. Where pickleball, you can play for so long, and you're like, oh, I'm fine, but your body is not fine. And so that's where it's hard. I feel like a lot of people get into it, they love it, and they play too much. They don't know their limit yet, and then
I'm working on a new diagnosis for orthopedists, and it's just TMP, which is going to be the clinical code for too much pickleball.
Yeah,
and that's the problem. It's an overuse injury typically that people are having. They play one more game, 5 more times.
Yeah,
and it was so funny. Just Tuesday night, I was training, and one of the guys, he's like, I gotta stop. And we're like, are you okay? He's like, I said one more game 3 games ago. I have to It was like he was having an intervention with himself. And he was like, I'm really sorry, guys. And then someone else, of course, is like, oh, come on, you got one more in you. Because it's like a house of cards. If one leaves, 3 can't play. And then they're looking around,
chasing
someone down, right? And it was that little social dynamic was really interesting, and you can see why people play one more game. They don't want to be the one to make the foursome stop. And so I have trained all of my friends that there's usually a timer. Right now it's only 90 minutes because I'm nursing a sprained ankle. I've only got 90 minutes in me, and then I'm done, and I walk off. And one of my buddies, Nick, another shout out to you. He'll always say when he sees me stretching after, one more game, Tim, just for fun, because he knows he can't get another game out of me, but he
tries.
He's doing it just for fun. He's taking that half corn shot, but he knows that I have I've learned, walk away.
It-
One coach said, when you feel good, stop. It's that simple. Don't play till you feel tired.
Yes.
You're flirting with injury because it's the next dink that you reach for that you're going to get injured on. He's
Yeah.
like, just stop when you feel good. Sounds crazy.
And I feel like everyone has a different limit. It's just, again, knowing yourself. And in order to know yourself, you need to put the time, experiment a little bit, but just listen to your body.
Listen to your body.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, Jay, thanks for joining us on Pickleball Recovery.
Yeah, a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much for listening. Did you know there's one place on the web for all your recovery needs? It's at www.pickleballrecovery.com. You'll find all the products I personally use and recommend, along with exclusive discounts on many of them, as well as my blog where I help you make sense out of all the different products and practices out there to keep you moving and feeling better so you play better. After all, your body is the most expensive piece of equipment you own. Also, do you want to know the number one mistake picklers make that leads to increased pain, soreness, stiffness, and injury? Just head over to pickleballrecovery.com and download my free guide to playing with less pain and more enjoyment. Listen, pickleball makes us feel young at heart, but not young in body. So go download my free guide at www.pickleballrecovery.com. See you next time.